Hello there guys, I'm creating a cheeky blueprint. It's Kaching 2.0 because a lot of people have been asking me on my videos where the Kaching blueprint is. Well, it no longer exists, so I've made another one. I'm just finishing it off right now. I've laid down the track. I'm going to put it on anything goes so you can drive whatever you like. And the route, I'll just quickly show you. The route is this one. So it starts here in Edinburgh, it goes all the way down the motorway and back up again. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom because that was causing some problems. So let me just get my settings set. It's going to be road. I'll leave it on 3 laps. Don't want to put any more than that. Autumn, custom, sunset, blah, blah, blah. All of that's nice. The name, Kaching 2.0, create the blueprint. Job done. Right, so this is it. I'll show you very quickly the code, which is there, 525914375. If you match all of those numbers, you are a millionaire. Right, so there you go. That's the code that you need to pop in. I don't know where you put them. It's a new thing. I haven't done it yet. This is the first time I've ever looked at a code. But if you pop that in, then you can get to this blueprint, or you can come to where it is, and then you can do it from here. I've not done it yet. I've done the test, but I've not done the race. So while I'm doing the race, we're going to get to see kind of like how much money you get and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to go with the Senna. Now, the reason I'm using the Senna is because you need to use it on one of the new events for spring, and I want to get used to driving it. So I'm going with this, but what I'd recommend that you do is you turn all of your settings up to the most difficult, so that you get more credits. I also recommend you go for either a Forza edition car that's going to give you bonus either credits or influence. There's a couple of alphas that do that, or one that's got bonus for speed because you're going to be going quite fast. But yeah, normally that's what you would do on any of these events. They only exist so that you can get a load of credits. My settings are on this. I've got unbeatable drivatars. I mean, I've got a 50% difficulty bonus credits at the moment, but if I put my braking, ABS off, steering on simulation, traction off, stability off. I'll leave the drive line on so you can see where the detours are and what I've caused them to do. Damage, I'm going to leave that off because I've done this before and put the damage on, and then because the car was so difficult for me to control because everything was switched off, I damaged the car, and then I ended up not being able to finish the race. So I will turn the rewinds off though. So I've got that on 95%, but if you turn all of this off, like if you do this, then you would be on 125%. But I'm going to do it like, I want that on, so I just want you to see it. I could have manual gears. What's the difference? It's only 5%. Right, I'm going to have automatic then, just so I don't forget to change gear. But yeah, you want to set all those settings at the maximum to give you the most benefit. But don't put your damage on if you think you're not going to be able to finish the race. So we've got 3 laps. I'm in the Senna, as I said, but you do want to be using a Forza edition car. Whoops, a bit more gentle acceleration. Right, immediately when you go around this corner, get yourself over to the right-hand side of the road. Ah, Jesus Christ, maybe I should have left traction control on. Stability management, that's the one that's causing me problems, isn't it? They do a little bit of wiggling about on the left, so you just go down the right, so that you're out of their way. So they do a lot of wiggling around and they proper get in your way. Now here you don't go around the roundabout, neither do they. You go over to the left here, but once you've gone around the corner, ooh, you want to go over to the right hand side of the road. So over there, look, that's the next checkpoint. But all of that wiggling that they're doing and still doing, you can see it snakes for quite some time. That really, really slows them down. But I've not penalised them in many other ways. I've not made them go too much off route because I was doing that and it was causing quite a lot of problems. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe you don't want to turn your settings quite down as low as I've got mine if you are a crap driver like I am, because it's quite difficult to control. So what I was doing, I mean, what time is it now? Let me have a look. It's 12:41, right? I started doing this at about 9 o'clock because that's when Filippo goes to school. So as soon as the school bus turned up, I started doing this, and I've been doing it since then, and I haven't yet managed to do one of these that has actually worked, which is why I've now gone to this kind of like weaving option rather than small detours, because it just kept going wrong. It kept not giving it to me. But I'm feeling confident with this one. So I've made this video dozens of times. I made it so many times that my computer ran out of space, and on one of the videos it said you've run out of room and it stopped recording. But that one didn't work either. So I'm back to the beginning. Now what I've done this time is, rather than go all the way down to the roundabout, 'cause it's a bit of a pain in the arse turning around that roundabout at the bottom, what I've done is directly after this tunnel, I've just done a U-turn and I come back up. So as soon as you get to the end of this tunnel, make sure you go in slow enough to be able to turn around. So here, you want to slow down and turn yourself around. There's a little gap here, look, so you don't even have to damage your car. And then go back. So we're not going all the way to the roundabout. I find the roundabout a little bit annoying, but this is much quicker, much easier, and it's all about making money. So there they are, look, they're quite far behind because of all of their wiggling. I don't do any more detours or wiggling around for the rest of it, so it's all the way back to the beginning again before they do anything else that's going to cause them to slow down. But it's more than enough. You're going to have no problems whatsoever. Now, another problem with blueprints that you'll probably have noticed yourself if you make blueprints in this area of the map is, in a little bit, when we get to the roundabout and we turn off to the right to complete the circuit, quite often those checkpoints around that roundabout just don't work. And you end up missing the checkpoint, and you think you've got it, you think everything is fine, but when the other cars go through that checkpoint, your position drops down very, very quickly to 12th place. And when you complete the race, you ain't completed the race, and they all beat you. So that has been happening over and over and over again with doing blueprints similar to this one. It's this point here, about here, it messes up. Now, I've tried so many variations on editing my... on editing my blueprint, but I couldn't get rid of the problem, which is why I've recreated this one. And I think what the problem might have been is that they'd driven a lot further than I had, or they'd done slight detours that I hadn't, and it kind of realised that, and then it was taking it all off me towards the end. I don't know, there just seem to be some problems. So I'm still in first position, and as long as it goes over to lap number 2 as we go over this line, yeah, brilliant. So I think this is going to have no problems. I didn't want to hit that. So there we go. As I drive around here, I'll update you on what I've been doing on the weekly challenge. I tried again. I really did. I tried and tried and tried last night to beat my time. I couldn't beat it. Richard, who is Anubis, let me think. Let me have a look at the picture in my mind. 1973, I think. So Richard, Anubis of 131973. Who is Richard? Because I saw your comment. I read your comment on YouTube. You're now on another YouTube video, but not you driving, just your name. So I hope you don't mind that I told people your name. But anyway, I read your comment. It took you... Christ almighty, I need to focus. It took you just 3 laps to get that time, and you were just happy that you didn't do, that you wasn't flagged. So I imagine if you got that in 3 laps, then you can very, very easily beat me. Now, when I saw your comment, I had a quick look to see whether or not you had beaten me, but you were still on the same time, but that was only about 20 minutes after you put the comment. So I don't know whether or not you've gone back in, and now you're above me or not. But, Jaded Fett, I did take your advice. I saw your comments. I haven't thumbs them up or commented on them yet, so I'm going to do that later. I just saw like I'd had some comments on my phone, so I checked them. But anyway, I took your advice and turned off whatever it was you said turned off. It was either traction or stability, one or the other. But I turned that off and I tried again, and I was consistently about a second down. Whereas before, I was consistently about 2 seconds down, and then I kind of fluked my best lap. So although I've not managed to beat that lap, I am doing better than I was doing before. So it was going good, but it wasn't going, better than my best. But I think my best was a little bit of a fluke. But I'll tell you what, I've rewatched that video I uploaded yesterday, and I've had a look at that lap, and there are so many places where I could have been going faster, or I could have cornered better, and I reckon I could shave a good couple of seconds off that. God, I'm really having trouble without this... I don't know whether it's traction control or stability, which is the one that's giving me problems, but one of them is causing a lot of problems. But anyway, I could have definitely shaved 2 seconds off my fastest lap if I had done a few of the corners better or quicker. I slowed down in quite a few places where I really don't need to. But based on that, I thought, yeah, I could easily beat this. And I went back on there last night and trying to beat it, and I couldn't. I really couldn't. It looks terrible, but I can't beat it. So yeah, that's currently my best, but I can see now, fortunately, where there is a lot of room for improvement, whereas previously I looked at the best times in the world and I was thinking, like, 14 seconds? How the hell can you get 14 seconds faster than me on a track that's only 2 minutes and a little bit long? And now I can see. Now I can see where they're getting it, because I can see where I'm making a lot of mistakes. So room for improvement, for sure. But what I'll do is I'll practice and then I'll try it again. But I don't know whether the MC12 is the right car for me. I think it probably is. But I do want to stay in this one for a bit because I want to get used to it, because I want to win. There's a car you can win. It's what is it? It's a Spider. I don't know what Spider it is. As far as I knew, the only Spider I could think of was the Ferrari 458. I don't think it's that. I'm guessing it's a McLaren Spider if such a car exists, because you need to drive a McLaren to do the race. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know much about cars. It's something that's a Spider. Anyway. Right, so it's going to go up to lap 3 as we go through. Yeah, good. And we're still in first position, so this blueprint is a good one. It's gonna give me this, so this is gonna work. So there we go. I mean, I didn't record making the blueprint, but you can see what I've done. All this wiggling around. It just takes a bloody long time to do them. This corner coming up is very sharp. You really have to brake for it, and you don't see the actual road that you're supposed to be taking until you're right there on top of it. It looks like the other bit of tarmac as you're coming around the corner. It's a bit hidden. So I'm glad that this has finally worked, because I have done just absolutely countless variations of this going up and down the motorway with slightly penalising the other drivers in one way or another. You could just jump this roundabout, you don't have to go around it. But whenever I jump roundabouts, I seem to crash. There we go. And also, with my car settings as they are, I'm kind of struggling a little bit to get my car, back online if I make a mistake. So I don't want to complicate matters by jumping over a roundabout and then landing in some stupid direction. Where are they? Where are they? I wonder if they're still all the way down here or whether they're around by the start. Let's have a little look where they are. Where are you guys? Oh, okay, they're up there. So they've coming around on their last lap, but they are behind me. They're all together. If you cripple the drivatars too much, and they can't actually do what you've asked them to do, they just teleport all over the place, which is what happened on one of the tracks I'd laid down. The way I did it, on the 2 tunnels that you go through, I'd made them go up on the top, so they'd gone off the road on the top of the tunnels, and they had to navigate past all the trees and stuff, and they just couldn't do it, and they didn't even complete 1 lap. So I was doing this, and I was on lap 3, I got almost to the end, and because I'd messed the drivatars up so much, they just teleported to the finish line, which is really bloody cheeky. They hadn't even done 1 lap. So out of order, so they just cheated. Although, to be fair, I was cheating. So, remember that when you get down to the end of this tunnel, you want to brake, because you've got to just do... you're just going to do a U-turn here. Through that little gap. And then come straight back. I think that's a lot better. That, for me, is a lot better than going to the roundabout and turning around at the roundabout, because there's all fences and shit in the way, or going actually around the roundabout. I much prefer that option. So still looking good, 3 of 3 laps, first of 12 on position, so I'm very confident that this is going to work. But I mean, I've been at this place before on previous blueprints, and they haven't worked. So... fingers crossed. It could all go wrong just at the last minute. On the last checkpoint, they might just teleport to me and steal my victory. So yeah, that has happened, and I ended up in 5th place. But yeah, I think this one's a good one. Slowed down a bit too much for that, didn't I? I was just thinking, what's my bonus on this car? But I haven't got a bonus on this car, have I? It's not a Forza edition. It's just a bog standard, if you could say such a thing, McLaren Senna. not the Forza edition. Right. Just coming up to the roundabout now. This roundabout causes so many problems on blueprints. It really does. It goes wrong at that point there so often. But I think we're good, keeping my eye on the position 1 of 12, because sometimes all of a sudden that suddenly shoots up to 12 when you're about to finish the race. And it steals it all off you. It's so, you know, so many problems with this blueprint thing. But I think we're good. I think we are good. If this finishes, then it is a good one. Yes, beautiful. So there we go. We have a blueprint that's very easy to win. Up and down the motorway 3 times. Guaranteed win. I'm going to continue. So, I mean, their laps ain't that much slower than mine, just 10 seconds, because they did a lot of wiggling about. But it's ample time for you to make sure that you win. So the 3 laps took me about 12 minutes in the Senna. If you're in a faster car, obviously it's going to be a bit less time than that, but we're going to say around about 12 minutes. And let's have a look at what we get. So, does it tell you here? If I press the continue button, will it skip? Right. So there we go. 140,000 credits. Influence, we have 33,000. So bearing in mind, I'm VIP. And we also did some levelling up. So I'm VIP. So I get a bit of a bonus, but also bear in mind that I didn't have the settings set on the hardest possible, so you definitely could get more than that set on the most difficult, and also I wasn't in a Forza Edition car, so I didn't get those additional benefits. So you might want to be in a Forza Edition car, probably the credit boost one or the influence boost one, if they're the things that you need. There are the credit boost and Alfa Romeo and influence boost and Alfa Romeo, or you might want to go for a speed boost. The Zonda's got a speed boost on it because you'll be going fast, so that's going to help you if you want to do things like getting skill points and all that jazz. There we go, won a crappy jacket, and that's it. So that blueprint, I'll just cover it again before I close down the video. That blueprint is up in Edinburgh on, I can't remember the name of it, it's Cross something or another. It's just, is it in front of me or behind me? There it is, North City Cross Country. So just go down to this. It's in here. If I pop on solo and I go to my blueprints, so custom events and my blueprints, it's called Kaching 2.0, so it's that one right there. So if you want to search for it, you can search for it by that, but the code is this, as I showed before. Hang on. Did I show the code before? I'm not sure if I did or not. That could have been on a video that I didn't post, because I tell you what, I've made this video so many times now, I don't know what I have and haven't said. So I might have repeated myself a dozen times on this video, thinking what I just said was on the previous video. Who knows? But there we go. So there we go. I'll show you the code again. 175097508. I'll also put that code in the video. So that's it. Very easy way of winning Unbeatable. Put all your settings on maximum. Drive up and down. It's only a 3-lap one because it just gets a bit tedious when you do too many laps. But it's going to get you influence. It's going to get you credits. It's going to, build up towards skill points while you're doing it. Especially if you're in a Forza Edition car that's got like a speed boost on it. That's going to help you. And it's also going to increase your road race. I think I set it to. Did I? Yes, it's set to a road racing series, so it's going to help that as well. And if that's already at maximum, then obviously you get a bit of a bonus every time it goes through another level, which is like a wheel spin or something, is it? I can't remember. Something, gives you something. All these ones didn't work, so just ignore all of those. The one that you want is the one that is called Kaching 2.0. There we go, guys. See you in the next video. You take care and have an awesome day. Tatty bye.